I just wanted to update you guys on my, let me clean my screen, sorry, on my fat loss phase. So let's see, it's been about 3 weeks, maybe just a little bit longer, but I think it's been about 3 weeks since I've been in my fat loss phase. And for me, I am, my eyes are dripping, I'm so sorry. So for me, it looks like 1485 calories. I am 100, and when I started, like 135, and I'm also 5'4", so I'm not super tall. But so that's why my calories are what they are. Your calories are going to be different, especially based on like what is your activity like, you know, what's your lifestyle. Honestly, I have a mostly sedentary lifestyle with my job, right? I'm sitting at my computer doing client check-ins, making programs. So I consciously have to make an effort to get in activity. So hence, I typically will get around 7,000 steps a day. And that's with me consciously making sure that I'm getting those steps in. But for now, I'm going to be committing to getting in 8,000 to 9,000 steps per day. So just a little bit extra. It also means, you know, going for a little bit of a longer walk. And I don't do any cardio, like planned cardio. I do work out 5 days a week. So my workouts are like 45 minutes long. No longer than that. I'm a firm believer in that. Nothing good happens after 45 minutes. So, kicked ass today. Did shoulders, biceps, triceps, and I did 3 different exercises for shoulders, and then I just did a superset with my biceps and triceps, and I was done. So, it's not about doing as much activity as possible. Once I get towards the end of my fat loss phase, so I'm hoping to get to 130 by like in 4 weeks. So I was like 133 and a half today. That could be different tomorrow. So I'm already down like either a pound or a pound and a half, right? It depends. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So, you know, I just looking at a downward trend. And so we're looking at, 3.5, maybe 4 pounds in 30 days. So I'm not going to just do cardio right out the gate. Now, as I get under 130, my goal is 125. But honestly, like once I get to 127, I'm going to assess, like, do I need to go lower than that? I'm going to imagine that I'm going to be where I want to be sometime in the middle of August. So that being said, when things get sticky, which they do, you know, you'll hit a plateau. And honestly, like if I don't see any movement for a week, that's fine. When we get to like 2 weeks where there's no movement, then it's like, okay, let's assess what's going on. Am I drinking too much alcohol? Am I logging everything? Right? Am I having those little bites, licks, and tastes, you know, because now I'm a little bit hungrier, and so am I accounting for that stuff? So that's the first thing to ask, and then usually it's like, well, fuck. There is that, right? So it's not always a matter of like you have to make a change to your macros as to you have to fucking make a change to your habits and your lifestyle, right? So things kind of slip, and that's the way it goes, right? That's life. You know, maybe there was a barbecue and you were over on your calories that week. So things like that first. It's not going to make sense to make a macro adjustment if there's things like that going on. All right. So, but say, hey, no, I mean, it's pretty good here, right? I am just stuck, right? After 2 weeks, then it might be time to make an adjustment. So I'll probably have to make one adjustment. I'm going to say probably late July, early August, where I'm just going to plateau and Just seeing if there's any herons over there. There's not. So I am anticipating having to make an adjustment sometime in August to hit my goal. And then, like, usually when it's so close, right, you're just like, oh, I just want this to be done. That's usually for me is just like, I'll be like 3 pounds away or 2 pounds away. And I'm like, let's just fucking end this, right? Then, then I might bring in some planned cardio. So before I do that, I'll actually ramp it up to like 9,000 to 10,000 steps, which 9,000 to 10,000 steps for me is like, it's an hour of walking, like 45 minutes to an hour of walking. So it's a pretty big time commitment. It's fine. I don't mind doing it. I'll break it up into smaller blocks. But as far as like cardio goes, I'm not going to whip that out until like the last 2-3 weeks because it's just not effective for fat loss. Now, yeah, it will push me into more of a calorie deficit, but it's not something that you can sustain like the whole time because as you do that, your body gets used to that cardio, gets better at it, and it's not as effective. But it is effective for like a 2 to 3 week period. So I'm saving that, right? That's in my back pocket as a strategy to get to that final push. In the meantime, though, it's diet, making sure that I get in plenty of protein. This also helps me stay full and satisfied, and having higher like volume foods, so foods that take up more space but have less calories. So you want to eliminate those foods that don't take up a lot of space and are very calorie dense. Things like peanut butter, things like, nuts. So those things I am limiting. If I have like some nuts on a salad when I'm out, that's fine. But normally, like, that's where you can kind of save some of the calories. Switching out like a fat-free cheese for a full-fat cheese, because now I think I'm at 45 grams, maybe it's 50 grams of fat. So like one piece of cheese has like 9. So, 5 pieces of cheese and I'm already at my fat goal. But I love like avocado. So just being careful with that. I don't love fat-free cheese, but it does have a benefit that it is 9 grams of protein in a serving of fat-free cheese for 45 calories. So I look at it that way. Hey, I'm having cheese. I put that on, like, I'll make a Mexican bowl. So instead of using rice though, I'll like use half rice and then cauliflower rice, and then mix in chicken, enchilada sauce, and then some of that fat-free cheese. Definitely sneak some olives in, because olives are, while they are a fat source, also you can get away with a decent amount of olives for the taste. I really love olives. So it's just those kind of strategies. It's not, I want to eat as much food as possible and still lose weight. It's not about slashing your calories down as low as you can, because for me, if I do that, it's not going to be sustainable. Like, you give me 1,200 calories to eat and I'm going to be gnawing at my I just won't be able to maintain it. So especially with pushing it in the gym, so I'll have my carbs earlier before I go to the gym, so I can get hit my performance goals and still actively build muscle. If you're in too steep of a deficit, then you're not going to be able to build any muscle. So that is my strategy for fat loss. And at 54, it gets harder. And with hormonal issues, I wouldn't say hormonal issues, I just say hormones, like, right, going through menopause, like, it's not an issue. It just is what it is, and it's what we go through. But, your lifestyle is definitely going to affect that process of you going through menopause, like how is that going to feel? So yes, sometimes, your hormones can get imbalanced. Largely that is going to be due to metabolism and your lifestyle and calories, right? So if you're always dieting, that's going to affect your hormones and your metabolism in a negative way. So this is why I always say, you can't always be dieting. I think this is why so many women are frustrated. They're like, what the hell? I don't eat anything and I can't lose weight. If I even breathe a donut, I gain weight, right? So that's an imbalance. That is not normal, and then we start to see belly fat. That's increasing. Belly circumference is increasing. That's because of cortisol and stress and your hormones. Your dieting is a stress on the body. You always doing cardio, it's a stress on your body, right? So the things that we used to do in our 30s, early 40s, it's over. We can't get away with that shit anymore, so it just stops working. And that is because of the metabolism and hormones. So I hope this is helpful, me sharing this with you. I did start HRT right around Easter. And so, my body's finally normalized to that. I did gain a few pounds with that. But, it's just the body adjusting. So now I am in my fat loss phase, which I don't love. I'd rather have my calories, right? Then I could have have a little bit more freedom when I'm in maintenance. But, as soon as I hit my goal, then I'll be right back to my maintenance calories, which are just around 1,900 calories. So I'm looking forward to that, but I got a ways to go. So probably looking at, let's see, what's the date now? Probably like August 15th. I'm going to predict is going to be when I'll hit my goal. So yeah, so it'll have been about 3 months of dieting to lose right around 10 pounds. So I'll keep you updated. If you have any questions about this process, let me know. I'll talk to you soon.